Guys, welcome back to Timeless Discussions. This episode, we got another crazy Cold War era story involving a B 25 bomber. This one I call the Ghost Bomber and the Monongahela. The Monongahela is a river that runs through Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And this one took place January 31st, 1956. The B 25 was piloted by Major William Dodson and five other crew members. They were flying a routine flight that originated in Nellis Air Force Base in Nevada, and they were heading to Olmsted Air Force Base in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Now, the reason for the flight was to pick up a cargo of airplane parts as well as military personnel. So it's a cross-country flight, and during the flight, the plane refuels twice, actually. Once at Tinker Air Force Base in Oklahoma, and then another time in Michigan. So it's around 4 o'clock p.m. on that day, January 31st, where there's a unexplained reported loss of fuel, right when the plane is over Pittsburgh. And it's really unexplainable because, like I just said, the plane was refueled twice along the way. So Major Dodson sees the dilemma, and he reports the loss of fuel, and he requests permission to land at the Greater Pittsburgh Airport. Then he realizes that doesn't have enough fuel to make it there, so he asks to land at the Allegheny County Airport. Now around 4:11 p.m., the fuel's almost completely out. The engine's malfunctioning. Now he realizes he's not going to make it. He's not going to make it to any airport. So there's no available airstrips. He has to make a life or death decision. So he decides that he's going to splash land in the Monongahela River. He's trying to avoid populated areas. He figures that's his best course of action. So he's going to land wheels up, and he does that. He lands in there. The plane is now completely silent because the engine's out. He silently glides over the Homestead High Level Bridge, which is a bridge over the Monongahela, and then he hits the water. All six crew members, there were six total on the B-25, all six survived the crash, but only four wind up getting rescued. Because this was winter, January 31st, in Pittsburgh, and the Monongahela was like near freezing. It was around 34 degrees. So they were floating around there for about 11 minutes when two of the crew members, Captain Gene Ingraham and Sergeant Walter Suki, they decide to swim to shore. They're going to take their chances. Well, unfortunately, they don't make it, and they drown. And their bodies weren't recovered for months later. So in the hours that ensued, there was a Coast Guard cutter called the Forsythia that was on a search mission now to look for this B-25. They actually snagged the wing of the B-25 with the cutter's anchor line. But the line slipped, and the B-25 slides into oblivion. It's gone, never to be seen again. So in the weeks that passed, next 2 weeks, the U.S. Coast Guard and the Army Corps of Engineers, they conduct these coordinated searches for the B-25, and there's nothing. They cannot find it. It's gone. So the question becomes, how does a almost 16-foot high, 68-foot wingspan, 53 and a half feet long B-25 bomber go missing in a river that's only 20 feet deep at its max? So this has hosted numerous conspiracy theories. Now, the technology back in 1956 obviously was not what it is today. But since then, there has been numerous searches with high-tech equipment such as underwater drones, side scan, sonar, various technology was employed to try to find this B-25 to no avail. It's gone. So there's many conspiracy theories. Some say there were witnesses that reported seeing military personnel kind of fishing out the B-25 after the crash. So some say that the U.S. military secretly recovered the plane's wreckage immediately after to try to hide its true contents. which might have been a nuclear weapon or even a UFO from Area 51, because Nellis Air Force Base, where the flight originated, is only about 85 miles from Area 51. That's a theory. Some say the plane was carrying Soviet agents, and they'd be trying to, for whatever reason. Some say that some crazy stories that the plane was even transporting Las Vegas showgirls to entertain senators in Washington, D.C. Others go with more of a natural explanation, such as the Monongahela being highly polluted may have corroded the aluminum frame of the plane, and leaving only the engine, and the landing gear, which are not aluminum. So pretty crazy stuff. This is out there. This ghost bomber has never been recovered, and it's a mystery. Again, the river is only 20 feet deep at its max, and this thing should be there, but it's not. So the question is, why is it not?